People, how are they now? Yeah, so make I bring one to for now. At least make I the update now. At least now make they know what's they happen in terms of health and other things. So for those of you who like to the leak plate, come closer. Just come closer. Come closer. I guess story to tell you now. Come closer. When I mean leak plate, you know what I mean. You know how to leak plate very well. Understand? The place, those plates when they always did downstairs. You know how to leak them. Come closer. Make I tell you something. So recent studies don't show say throat cancer don dey significantly high, very very high. Recent study wey dem don discover now say cancer of the throat don dey very very high, and one of the reason now na say na because of this leaking, this increased rate wey people dey leak downstairs. Understand? So I just dey talk am because of in case of those of una when dey get children, I just dey explain so that you go understand wetin I mean. Leaking of plate, good. So normally before, one of the leading cause of throat cancer was smoking and excessive drinking. So things when they cause cancer those days, when they put people, give people high, when they cause, when be the kind of risk factor then, nah, when you dey smoke and when you dey drink, these were the things that were known to cause um, uh, uh, throat cancer. But recent studies come discover say dem get wetin don pass that smoking and drinking. And that thing now, wetin dem dey call HPV, dem call am human papilloma virus. Na that human papilloma virus, na that virus been dey cause, or na that virus dey still cause cervical cancer. And dem get different types, so many of them. I remember when we did medical school, we get so many of these types. But I think one of those, two of those types, when they very, very, the risk they very, very high when they cause cervical cancer. I think that's 16 and 18, HPV 16 and 18, if I remember, if I did very correct. So these two, and them they know when they cause this cervical cancer. So, but recent study now shows say it also causes throat cancer, and it's very high now because of the way people now they engage themselves in the leaking of plates. Understand? So if you know say you dey leak plate very well, my advice for you now na make you stop, because chances they say later if you develop throat cancer. Now the recent study, never me do the study. So if you know how to leak plate, you better stop them. So according to advice, when I advise now, I say, may young boys, teenagers, and sometimes even elderly people or older adults, when they go collect vaccines, if you know say you dey live unprotected sexual life, you get different type of ways of appealing to yourself. Now you know what I mean. I don't want just use any kind of foul language. Understand? You dey engage into all those unsafe practices, you better stop them. And now advice, what I advise again, I say, make you get one partner, stick to one partner so that you know where your problem they come from. Maybe say you go jump from Mr. KK, you go jump to Mr. Lucy, Miss Lucy, you go jump to Miss Chidima, you go jump to Miss Ifeanyi. No, stick to one partner. Then if you decide say you don't want to stick to one partner, at least they use condom. Then at least they avoid the leaking of plate. Because the bad thing about this is that most of them know they show immediately. Now over the years, you go begin show, you go begin manifest. Probably when you not even stop to leak the plate. So I beg you, better stop now. Stop now, understand? Because the person wey dey leak in plate, you don't know how many people don't leak that plate, and you don't know how many people don't enter that place. The same thing applies to the girls, oh. Understand? Those of now when they say that they give head, are the same thing. So when I say plate, leaking of plate, I dey talk of in both side, because it dey happen. Me personally, I don't see one. I don't see one like in the clinic. I don't see one. And at the same, these issues of leaking plate. So I beg you, understand. If you know be you know one join for one of these people that go use for statistics, better avoid leaking of plate. Thank you very much. Huh?